Hi guys, it's Jamie here from AppyQuote giving you a live demonstration. Here we have your company details, company configuration page. A lot of these details you would have entered when you first signed up to AppyQuote. It's a very quick process, a few details. There is a one-time entry, and most of these details will go to your proposals, quotes, estimates, and invoice documents. The thing about these details is editable at any time. So if you change your logo, company address, website, phone numbers, banking details, all of this is editable at a quick click of a button. First thing I'm going to show you is services. Now, everything is controlled from services in terms of your specifications and your detail output on your quotes and estimates. What I mean by that is your specifications and job descriptions is controlled from services on the desktop. So if I click into interior, you can see I've got a pretty substantial list here of all the things to do with interior decorating. Now, these are our main headings in terms of the work to be done. For example, ceilings, and then we have more subheadings, specifications that are linked under ceilings, for example, painting ceilings matte emulsion, painting ceilings silk emulsion, and so on. When I click into ceilings matte emulsion, I can view, edit, I can delete, I can move up and down depending on how I want to arrange my services. If I click on view, I can see the entire specification, detailed, elaborated specifications that will impress your clients, customers, and prospects in choosing you to do the business with. This is a breakdown of the work and the job required to do that particular task. I can also edit that service if I want to. If this is not something I particularly do as part of my working processes, I can take that out. I can add a new specification and I can save that, and that will save everything that I want in terms of being able to use these services on the desktop when quoting, estimating, and on the app. I also have options down here to turn on and off my toggles per service. So for example, if I want to be able to take photos per service, I can toggle on and off, and same for voice clips and material selector enabled. Now, all of these are turned on for default settings because most of these are handy and convenient things to have in the application. As you can clearly see already, a lot of the setup is done on the desktop. I'm going to close that one because I liked it as it was. Same as exterior, you have the entire exterior working process: masonry, smooth render, textured render, rough cast render, new render, eaves, oil-based gloss, water-based gloss, wax satin varnish, oil-based saddling. If there's not something that we have here for you, then you can add it. And if you like, you can build out your entire commercial working structure in terms of services, and it will work the same as the pre-installed specification. Now, these specifications are in total around about 10,000 words, hundreds and hundreds of pre-written specifications ready for you to use in your trade business when you're quoting and estimating. So that's services. Customers, you have your entire customer base in one place, including phone numbers, email addresses, locations, and you can view that customer. Tells you how many proposals you have for that customer, draft, confirmed, completed. You can view those proposals, and all your proposal details will be there. You can preview the proposal itself, deposit invoice, acceptance letter as well. You can change the proposal status from there. If they've declined it for any reason, that will send a transactional email to the customer saying declined. If it's confirmed, if it's a draft, which it is and it's confirmed, you want to confirm that proposal, this will send a transactional email with an attachment deposit invoice to the customer to confirm the acceptance of this proposal and will prevent any changes being made to the proposal unless you change it back to a draft, because in some cases you send a proposal, there are changes needed from the customer. They may not want to go ahead with the lounge and kitchen, but the hallway, and you can turn this proposal back into a draft and make those changes and resend it back out all very quickly. I like this proposal, and it's something that I do a lot. For example, 3-bedroom houses. I can create a 3-bedroom house proposal from scratch and copy that proposal each time a 3-bedroom house comes up. And that can be done by selecting a different customer that you would have set up. Ben Jones, for example, continue, a different project name, of course, and project notes, create copy quotes, and that would have copied the proposal, and then it would be sitting back in proposals. So all your proposals in one place. We're going to create a proposal shortly. I can add new customers. This is ideal because as soon as you get an inquiry phone lead, you can add them to your application or desktop, and then they are safe and secure. They're not going anywhere, not having to trawl through books to find your customer's information. Create new customer, and then your customer has been created successfully with all the details on the left-hand side and will be sitting in your customer management section. Materials functionality, materials management, of course, a key part to quoting and estimating. You'll need your material prices and description of material. You can see I have 23 preloaded materials here that I loaded up very quickly. I can view these materials. I can edit these materials should the price change or description. And I can also create my own material. For example, diamond matte, Dulux, suppliers, brewers, description, 5 liters, Dulux, diamond matte emulsion, price, coverage amount, which transfers into feet. And I can also upload an image if I want to for that particular material. So materials is very quick. All of these things will be accessible in the app when you are quoting on the go, in the van, or at lunchtime. Also, these things are available in the desktop version. So let's show you a proposal, a very fast, professional, detailed proposal. I've set up a number of customers here. I'm going to go for James White. Yes, the details are correct. Project name is London Interior Design Studio. Project notes, client to paints. Now, these project notes are key. They actually transfer to the PDF just below the cost, one of the most considered parts of the quote or estimate from the client's point of view. Notes in here to show you've listened to the client about their requirements will be key to their decision making. And this gives you the capability to do that. Create proposal. I can now add the area that I want. Lounge, save and continue. Start adding my services. We're going to protect the working area. Detailed specification preset for you when you download AppyQuote. It's going to take me 3 hours to protect the working area, and we're going to need some material for this. Carpet protector, we're going to need 2 of those, and that calculates the price for you. We're going to add another service, which is the ceilings. I'm going to paint the ceilings in matte emulsion. Again, detailed specification. At this point, you still have the option to change that specification. I'm going to put a 4-hour process in here, and I'm going to add some material for this process. Matte emulsion for the ceiling. So I need 1 of those. Save the changes. You can see the price adding up here. And now another service, painting the woodwork. Oil-based satin wood, detailed spec. That's going to be 1.5 hours each coat, so 3 hours work there, £25 an hour, which transfers from your setup cost, or you can just put a total costing and wipe that out, and that will do a total cost for the project or the work in total. Add material, masking tape. I need 3 of those. Also going to need sandpaper. So very easily I'm able to add the material I need for that specific job. Cork. And then last but not least, will be satin wood, just 1 of. Save those changes. So now we have a build-up cost of the proposal per working area. I'm going to save those changes. Now I'm going to view the proposal. It starts with your very professional 2-page cover letter, and that comes with every AppyQuote proposal. Part of the onboarding process, interview with professional copywriter to extract your USPs and get you the best possible cover letter for your company, selling you and your company to prospects, clients, and customers. So here we have the proposal, very detailed, professionally laid out. This particular project was a quote, and the schedule of works laid out in detail for the customer to read and be impressed with your approach. Authority to proceed section, giving the customer an option to sign the proposal and return to you. And very, very professional terms and conditions that we worked with a professional solicitor on to cover all angles and legalities of engaging on this proposal with your client. A couple of quick things to show you changes in relation to what has been presented here. This is a quote, and it has a breakdown of labor cost, material cost, and it also has a breakdown of cost per area. As you can see here, that totals the overall cost in the right-hand column here. But if you don't break your quotes and estimates down like this, you have the option to do a cost breakdown option. So I don't want to show my cost per area. I do not want to show my material costs, and I don't show my labor costs as a separate item. All I do is show an overall cost for the project, and I put forward that to the client. We've given you the option to be able to do that. Each business works differently. I'm going to save those changes. To go a step further, we also understand that not everybody does quotes or estimates. Some clients say, can I have a quote? Can I have an estimate? If you click this button here, the proposal was a quote. By clicking this button, it's now an estimate. And if I go back in to view the proposal, you'll see a couple of changes in terms of terminology that states it's an estimate, but also the paragraph and the language within here changes. This is an estimate, is an approximation for completing the work described below based on our evaluation. Whereas the quote paragraph states this is a fixed cost, and that's the difference. We're giving you the option to be able to tweak that customer per customer, but you also have the option to put in your default setting, and each proposal you create will start with your default. And now you'll see the material cost has disappeared, the labor cost and the breakdown cost per area has disappeared, giving you an estimate total cost on the right-hand side. If you're VAT registered and you did VAT register when you signed up to AppyQuote, this will also show as a separate item in this field. So there we have a very detailed proposal. I can also build it out with another area. So that was the lounge, for example. I might have exterior, front, and I can proceed to build out that service. Masonry, smooth masonry render, save and continue, the entire spec. And it's the front of the house, and it's not an overall hourly rate, but the overall cost for this house is going to be 900. I can add my material again, Dulux masonry paints. We're going to need 5 of those, save the changes, preview proposal, and you'll see that the exterior work has been noted on the estimate, painting, masonry, smooth render. And you have the option to build out this entire proposal quickly on the desktop based on multiple areas, interior, exterior, and the options of the breakdowns that we showed you. I also have the option from the desktop to send client emails. So I can go into a proposal that's confirmed. I can send start date confirmation, successfully notified the customer of the start date. I can also send a delayed notification. It's Wednesday afternoon and we know we're not going to get there on Monday. So I'm going to say, I'm sorry, running a couple of days late. We'll be with you on Wednesday, 27th. It sends an automatic email to your customer to state the dates have changed. And these emails are professionally written by copywriters to gain trust in your clients, to put your company in good light and keep a good working relationship. I can add new start dates here once they've known the date has been changed or project is further delayed by weeks or months on end. I can add a couple of options there. I can change the proposal status, declined, if I don't want the proposal itself, or the customer has declined it, or it's not fit for my business. This will send a professional transactional email to the prospect to say, thank you for the opportunity to quote, but this project isn't for us. I can also confirm a project from here and complete a project from here. This will send a transactional email to the customer providing details of the proposal and will prevent any changes being made to the proposal. This is a proposal that is already confirmed. So let me go back out to something that we are creating, like this one, for example. I can save it and then I can confirm this proposal. This will send the transactional email with an attached deposit invoice to the customer to confirm the acceptance of this proposal and will prevent any changes being made to the proposal. Are you sure you want to do this? So this will send a deposit invoice, project confirmed, preview PDF, deposit invoice, very professionally laid out. As you saw in company setup, when you add your company details, you add your sort code and account number, and your deposit invoice is automatically generated through the dates that you input for the project start and the deposit amount either on a monetary value or percentage of value when you input the information upon sign up. Everything written by AppyQuote is written by professional copywriters. So even this message alone is professional, it's customer friendly language, and it's language that keeps a good working relationship with your client. So that's the desktop, fast, professional, detailed proposals, comms, service management, customer management, and material management that are all accessible and synced to the application that we'll run through now. One last feature that you'll see working on the desktop I'm just going to sync these down to drafts. So when I click through to James White, I'm going to show you a pretty cool feature that syncs from the application. All my pictures are here that I took on the app on site, and my voice note is also here taken on site when I come back to the desktop and I'm doing the quote or estimate on the laptop, desktop, at home, in the office. I can listen to the notes I took whilst on site. Client has specified new skirting boards will be installed. They will be primed. New coving to be installed. This helps with, reducing the effort in note taking and bringing much more clarity to what needed to be quoted and estimated when you were on the site looking at the work itself. These are all listenable on the desktop. All wooden doors to remain unpainted, unvarnished, unwaxed, or unstained. Covered with plastic sheeting when rolling out ceilings or spraying ceilings. And that's the desktop, guys. Very accessible, very quick, very professional, fast proposals and detailed proposals, and everything synced from the app to the desktop, ready for you to use. So here I'm on the home screen of the application. I can see everything from what I'm currently creating, my draft proposals, my completed proposals, my confirmed and declined proposals. I can access all of these by clicking through. I can also go in to each proposal and see the status, a draft proposal, and all my proposals in one place, a confirmed proposal, a view summary, all the details of that proposal, including the specification, the work to be done, the number of hours, and the cost of the project. I can also toggle the importance of the creation date, for example, latest, most important, issue date, the most recent, the latest issue date, as well as the most recent start dates and the start dates further towards the bottom. So these are very convenient toggles to work through the application. I can also do my settings on the application. I have an option to auto sync in the background. I have an option to use Wi-Fi only. My account, giving me full details of my account setup. And now we're going to take you into customer setup. Here I have all my customers in one place. One of the most convenient things about this section is never, ever, ever am I looking for a customer's name and address or phone number again to make fast contact. Clicking on Barry Jones, I can ring Barry Jones from this section. I can ring Barry's landline. I can edit the customer details if they change address, for example. And I have my entire list here that I can also search for somebody quickly if I've got multiple contacts in there. And now I'm going to proceed with adding a new customer. Michael Brown, 07475 651 249. See, I'm using the voice dictation button, which is active on all of these cells. 07475 651 249. West Way, London, United Kingdom. Create new customer, and that will be editable once again, and it will also be accessible within the customer list. Now I'm going to proceed with creating a very fast proposal. This is an interior proposal, new plaster work, and an exterior side elevation. So to create a new quotation or estimate proposal, I'm going to click on the plus button just at the bottom here. This quotation is going to be for Ben Jones. Yes, the details are correct. The project name is Richmond Interior and Exterior. I get a chance to add project notes here. This is extracted to the PDF just below the cost at one of the most considered parts of the proposal to show the customer that you've listened and care about what they've said, giving you more chance to win the business. Client has specified that all radiators remain non-painted. Client to supply wallpapers for internal work feature walls. I get a chance here to add a deposit amount, or it's just going to calculate it from the percentage value that I entered when I set my account up. Add an area, interior work, lounge, save and continue. I'm going to add my services now. Protection, save and continue. Here you have the entire specification list, and it's going to take me 3 hours to protect this working area. My daily rate is saved within the application. I can also put notes on each area or service type. I'm going to add some materials. Carpet protector, we're going to need 5 of those. Add another service. Ceilings, paint ceilings in matte emulsion. Entire specification list. This is going to take us 4 hours. I'll put some notes here. Client has specified mist coat and 2 top coats of matte emulsion. Going to add some materials. Matte emulsion. I have 10 litres. And we're going to need 5 of those for the project. Here it's got the description, the price, brand and supply. Everything you set up in the desktop is available as a material here when you're on site quoting. Walls we're going to be doing in diamond matte emulsion. And that's going to take us 8 hours for the walls. And again, we need some material for this project. Diamond matte, 5 litres, and we need 2 of those. And last but not least, we're going to go for oil-based satin wood. It's going to be 6 hours work. We need some materials. Decorator's cork, 5. We also need sandpaper, some fine sandpaper, 1 of. Sandpaper, and 80 grade as well. We're going to need some masking tape. You can scroll down as well to see what your materials are, adding your materials to the project. Everything that you've set in material management is available here. We're going to need 5 of those. And we're going to need the satin wood. Satin wood, 1 litre of satin wood. So now we have our interior proposal set up. That's the interior lounge. Within those services, I can also add pictures and notes. I can also add a voice note to this section. Customer has specified that new skirting boards will be installed. They will be primed, 1 coat primer. New coving will be installed in all rooms to be painted in the matte emulsion. Multiple voice notes for taking multiple recordings. Customer has specified that all doors will remain wooden, not to be varnished, waxed or stained or painted, cover with plastic. And then I can proceed to play these recordings back. Customer has specified that new skirting boards will be installed. They will be primed, 1 coat primer. New coving will be installed in all rooms to be painted in the matte emulsion. And as seen on the desktop version, you can access those on the desktop. I'm now going to proceed with an alternative area. So that's the interior lounge. Quotation done. This is going to be exterior, side. Save and continue. Services, add service. Masonry. You have the entire spec here. I'm actually just going to put a total cost for this project, £1,000. Materials. Masonry. 7.5 litres of the masonry. We're going to need 5 of those for the project. Going to add some pictures and a voice note. Customer has specified that they will be supplying their own scaffolding from a company they use. Customer has specified that they will be supplying their own scaffolding from a company they use. Client has specified Dulux Weather Shield, pure brilliant white.
Client has specified Dulux Weather Shield, pure brilliant white.
So that's my proposal complete. I can then proceed with saving that as a draft, view and complete the summary with all my details in one place. I can then preview that PDF. So that's a pretty fast, detailed, accurate proposal to send to clients, prospects and customers. My cover letter is already attached, giving me more chance of winning the business. And here is my quotation, fully detailed. I can zoom in and see fine details. And here's my exterior work, side, painting, masonry, smooth render, authority to proceed, and the terms and conditions as you saw on the desktop. A couple of things that we showed you on the desktop. Deposit invoice is also accessible on the application on the go. And I can also change my cost breakdowns, services, as we showed you on the desktop previously. Preview PDF, preview proposal, and that will make the changes necessary to the proposal depending on if you like to show materials or not as a breakdown price. Also, breakdown per area has been completely disabled on this occasion through that functionality. I'm now going to proceed with changing the quotation status. I like what I've seen. I'm ready to send this proposal. This will send a transactional email to your customer confirming, and that is the proposal sent. And if I get changes after an initial proposal has been sent and a customer has requests, say they want to remove the side of the house on the masonry, they're not going to go ahead with that work, I can go in, change it back to draft, and then go and make changes to my proposal. I can also select whether the proposal is a quote or an estimate from these functions here, which has the terminology differentiator on the output. And that's the application. All your proposals back in one place. Fast, simple, professional, detailed proposals at a few clicks of a button.